কান্দে নরোত্তম দাস সে সঙ্গ না পায়া এই জন্য ভক্তি বিশ্বম্ভর মাধব মহারাজ কি
His Holiness, I got this. Haribol.
If you speak there because it's going on the mic.
Be careful with you guys. You're gonna hit me in the face. His Holiness Bhakti Vishambhar Madhav Maharaj ki. So we heard about how Shukadev Goswami immediately ran off. He's a very young boy. He came to Krishna consciousness, like a teenager practically. You know, just you could see an early picture, chanting and dancing. So. Also followed the brahmachari throughout his whole life, doing book distribution, Sankirtan Yagya. He was on a traveling bus party, I believe with Vishnu Jan Swami, and very much loved Srimati Tulsi Devi, who by her blessing she allows one to come to Vrindavan, stay in Vrindavan. Some beautiful books glorifying Srimati Tulsi Devi, who was very dear to Lord Krishna. Also, he had a lot of traveling. He had a good memory for verses. He would quote many, many verses. As sometimes Prabhupada, I was amazed at all the activity he'd perform. So many verses he knew, and just not just reciting, but actually as a inspirational for his spiritual development, because all of us are just trying to cleanse the heart, cleanse the mind, and so he did book distribution, preaching, was very enthusiastic, lived a long time in Vrindavan, traveled around the world, also on behalf of Srila Prabhupada made disciples. Anyone who assists the spiritual master in spreading the Sankirtan mission is worshipable, glorified. So we had the good fortune of having association with Maharaj, and he spent several years at the Goshala. You know, we had a debilitating illness, but at the same time, you could feel, and especially on special days, he would come and just relish the beauty of Krishna Balaram, and always Tulsi Devi was on his mind. And this is the great fortune that Srila Prabhupada gave us this sangha of the devotees, because without the association of devotees, simply by gyan, by knowledge or book form, it doesn't, manifest as the bhakti, by being together and everyone striving to serve Krishna, to serve Srila Prabhupada, serve Srila Prabhupada's servants, Gopi Bharatu Padakamalaya Das, 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 Anudas. It's the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and this is the mood that Bhakti Vishambhar Madhav Maharaj had. He was very enthusiastic for spreading Krishna consciousness, and this is our family business, book distribution, preaching, and glorifying the Supreme Lord, so that others are attracted. It's so difficult for someone to change their lifestyle. Many people come to Vrindavan and they see devotees chanting and dancing, and there's some philosophy, there's books. But because family and responsibilities and worldly life are so ingrained in everyone in this material world, that's why we've come to this world too, because we're envious, We want to enjoy sense gratification. We're all entrapped. We're bewildered here. So for someone to make that step of renouncing family, like the gopis, and renouncing material worldly life, and taking up the process of Krishna consciousness is a big surrender. Someone might think we're doing ordinary things like, everyone else is working, we're working, and they're cooking, we're cooking, and we're going around in cars and speaking on microphones and cameras and internet and all these things. But we do it for Krishna. So this is the example that Maharaj set, that he wanted to please Srila Prabhupada by following his instruction, preaching, taking on responsibility of guiding others in Krishna consciousness. And our duty as a community of Sangha is to glorify and appreciate his surrender, and hoping that we can also surrender more to assist in Srila Prabhupada in spreading Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission. His Holiness Vishambhar Madhav Maharaj ki jai. So if who would like to speak, you let Dharmatma know, he can coordinate. Saranga Chakur, come. You gotta say, come. I know you don't like it. He's so shy, but he's been here forever, and he has to say something.
Vancha kalpatarvasya kripa sindhudvaya vacha patitanang pavanabhyo Vishnubhyo namo namaha. Is Bhakti Vishambhar Madhav Maharaj ki jai. Is Mahamantra Prabhu ki jai. Before taking sannyas, Maharaj's name was Mahamantra Das, and he was staying in the ashram, we together. So I used to say in room number 91, and Maharaj used to say 89, room number 89. So he used to travel a lot, traveling, most of the time he was in traveling, but whenever he is in the ashram, he used to grow some grass in his room, on the pot, on the tray. He used to growing the grass, and very happy to saying to others, you see, I am doing this and that. Also used to grind them and give some juice to us also sometimes. Yes. Wheat grass. So he was very fond of that. Then after that, Maharaj, when he started this Tulsi project in our Gausala, he spent most of his time and wealth also. Almost maybe more than 50 lakhs rupees Maharaj spent for the Tulsi house. So once there was big storm, and whatever glass Maharaj was fixing on the Tulsi garden, most of glass was broken. So he was not happy with that, but still. And when Maharaj printed that books also, Tulsamrita, so I am serving the BBT department, so Maharaj asked me to take some books and distribute them. Yes, Maharaj. So Maharaj give the books, but always he concerned about the payment. So when payment is done, I used to let him know, Maharaj, that payment is done. And when Maharaj was in bed also, and he was not able to walk, that time also, I think twice I went to purchase the books. But still, Maharaj, although he not speak, but he was concerned about the nursing Prabhu was there. So I used to calculate, Maharaj, this much books, this is the payment. So no. It's supposed to be this much books, and into price should be that. Insisting. Finally, I agree. Okay, Maharaj. Then this was, Maharaj was very lovingly, he always means with me. Whenever he found me, something he will say. There was an incident in our ashram. There was some miscreant devotees in our ashram. So Panchagura Prabhu was there also, temple president from that time only. There was 4 devotees who creating lots of trouble in the ashram. So temple management had decided to will throw them out. Otherwise we cannot correct them. They are not able to They're not this kind of people. So one day we management take meeting. After meeting we went to the room and we threw them out from the temple. So Maharaj come to know that also. So he said, this is good. Then I told him, there is one prabhat, means one saying in Bengali saying that Dusto Gurur che khali goal bhalo. I told him this meaning is that, he asking what's the meaning? The meaning is that better to be the empty Gosala than nonsense cows. So then he immediately asked, where is the Praman? Without Praman he not saying anything, neither he want to listen anything. Always he's asking the Praman. So I said, Maharaj, this is the saying in Bengal. So I don't have any Praman, but if I found, I will give you. That was Maharaj. Always very lovingly. And he was like our father in the ashram. That much I can say for Maharaj. His Holiness Bhakti Vishambhar Madhav Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
We have Johnny Typer who is the devotee care department. His Holiness Bhakti Vishambhar Madhav Maharaj ki. So, I was a part of the medical team who had served Bhakti Vishambhar Madhav Maharaj from 2019 onwards. So, we have one devotee, his name is Rasasuk Prabhu. So, Rasasuk Prabhu was a caregiver for Maharaj for almost 2.5 years. So, he is giving his experiences basically. So it's written his contribution for Maharaj. So I'll read it for you. Hare Krishna. His Holiness Bhakti Vishambhar Madhav Maharaj, I found so many divine quality while serving him. One of his quality was his strong desire to live his body in Vrindavan. And second is, Maharaj used to talk to him, and he used to say that his desire was to be a participant in the pastimes of Krishna and Balaram. And in this regard, Maharaj used to mention various kinds of pastimes, all Bal Leela pastimes, everyone. So Prabhu says, one time I had asked Maharaj that you are performing bhakti your whole life and now you are suffering so much. So why not pray to your Lordship and ask him for a cure? And Maharaj says, I'm paraphrasing basically, Maharaj says that you can pray, but why should I ask for it? For body that and he was quoting Brahma Samhita, and he was saying that for this useless body, so there is no need for praying. He has said that I have seen so many, during my travels, I have seen so many medical problems, but he has never complained anything about it. He was always chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and he was doing it by the machine, japa machine, because he was not able to chant by his beats. And his reply was always that it is my karma, and he always used to smile. So I have served him for 2.5 years. During that time he had never complained about any subject matter, and
I found Maharaj's association very much uplifting in my spiritual career. So during this time, if I had committed any kind of offenses, I seek forgiveness from Maharaj. His servant Rasasuk Das. So Rasasuk Prabhu, he served Maharaj for 2 years basically. That was before COVID time. So Maharaj had a very, he was suffering from Parkinson's disease. And this Parkinson's was a very rare form of Parkinson's. Even though medication was given to him, the medication was not having the desired effect. So it was very progressive. So initially there was impairment of his motor functions. Then gradually his speech got slurred. And then afterwards there was stiffness in his body basically. But Maharaj was very, I have observed basically, his pursuit for Shastric knowledge was very much ingrained within him. So because previously Maharaj had come to Assam and we had a good fortune of, a very senior devotee, his name is Vrindavan Prabhu, and Maharaj has come to Assam and I had translated for Maharaj basically to Assamese during the time. And from 2019 onwards, as a part of the medical team, so I had the honor to serve Maharaj basically. So initially there was, I would say that he was the most, because we handle in the devotee care, we handle so many what we call devotee patients. So Maharaj was not a patient. He was very much submissive to whatever the doctors advised, whatever treatments basically he was being asked to take. And Maharaj knew about this progressiveness, but he was very determined. We have observed basically, he used to mail me and I used to forward the mails to Panchagara Prabhu also, that he desires to travel and he used to search for tickets. He wanted to go to US, and in his condition basically he was looking for tickets which can accommodate his condition and whether viable or not, and whether financially it is viable for him or not. So he used to look into all these details and he used to sometimes mail me. But of course we had known that it was not possible for Maharaj to go in that state. He had tried to travel, Maharaj had tried to travel. He went to Mayapur also. But because in Parkinson's, what happens there is imbalances created in the limbs. So because of which he fell down and he cracked his skull. So in one of the time in Assam, he also fell down in a railway station. At that time he had a hairline fracture of his hip. But he was so tolerant. So it was only after 3 days, then Maharaj said that, oh, okay, I'm having this fracture, I have to see a doctor. And by the time we had gone to the doctor, the X-ray was being done, and it was being said, it's already healed up. So, in terms of tolerance, Maharaj was very exemplary. At least whatever physical difficulties he faced, he had accepted it very much. And I like to thank Panchagara Prabhu also, because he was very much concerned about Maharaj. So he was always used to ask me, what is the latest situation of Maharaj? And basically, what is his situation? How can we improve? And also, there is one devotee that needs to be mentioned. His name is Krishna Balaram Prabhu. Krishna Balaram Prabhu is not over here. So he used to deal with the visa of Maharaj, visa and passport. So he used to tell me basically, okay, this is over, and then we have to apply for a new passport or a new visa, extension of the visa. He was very much instrumental in the thing. Yes, Maharaj was very one of the rare gems of Srila Prabhupada disciples, and we'll surely miss his presence. Thank you. Hare Krishna. His Holiness Vishambhar Madhav Maharaj ki Jai.
My glasses. This is from Mother Mahadevi. Wanted to offer her glorification. This is Bhakti Vishambhar Madhav Maharaj. You know how I remember his name? Vishram. My two sons, Vishambhar and Ram. So it was easy for me. Vishram of Madhav Maharaj. Back in the 70s, we got the great. You want to read it? Because I'm not seeing too good. You read it to her.
Hare Krishna. Bhakti Vishambhar Madhava Maharaj ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Bhakti Vishambhar Madhava Maharaj ki Jai. Back in the 70s, we got the great fortune to distribute Prabhupada books, with formerly known as Mahamantra Das in St. Louis Airport. He was always smiling and such a sharp wit that he would attack so many persons to take one or more of Srila Prabhupada books. His classes always glorified Srila Prabhupada, Vrindavan Lords, and especially Srimati Tulsi Devi. His profound memory of verses would astound everyone. He was known as a genius. Later on, when he gave us his book Tulsi Amrita, we again see his devotion to Tulsi Devi. That book is filled with so many glorification of Tulsi Maharani, Tulsi Devi, and her history. You can purchase this book today to glorify Maharaj and Tulsi Devi. Also, he established the beautiful Tulsi house at Goshala to increase devotion to her, Tulsi Maharani. In his classes, he would speak of, we don't need to have any fear. Krishna is here, Krishna is always with us, as early as possible, as Super Soul. He was an example of not to judge devotees by external personality, as he was quite eccentric in many ways, but always glorifying Srila Prabhupada and Tulsi Maharani, Tulsi Devi, leaving his body peacefully in Sri Vrindavan Dham in association with devotees. Srila Prabhupada ki, His Holiness Bhakti Vishambhar Madhava Swami ki Jai. Vancha kalpaturu vascha kipa sindhya vacha patitanam pavanabhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namo. So, I used to live in Brahmacharya ashram when I came to Vrindavan. And when I changed my ashram from Brahmacharya ashram to Grihastha ashram, that time I have seen Maharaj, how he was determined to taking care of his disciple. Because spiritual master is spiritual father. I have one daughter. I have responsibility to my daughter. When she become grown up and become marriageable age, I have to give her to suitable person to taking care of her. I have sent this thing to Maharaj, to whom he will do, who can properly take care of his disciple. When I wanted to get married, Maharaj's disciple, Tulsi Devi Dasi, Maharaj said, you should first check the compatibility. If compatibility is matching, then I have permission to you. I'll give you my blessing. Panchagara Prabhu knows everything. Several times I came to Maharaj. Panchagara Prabhu. And then 7 times, 7 astrologers check our compatibility. And Maharaj was not happy. He said, you should go to Rajasthan Bigu astrologer. If he give permission, then you have my blessing. Then finally we went to Bigu astrologer. Bigu astrologer calculated. And from my wife in Russia, she also informed to her Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, Bigu astrologer has given permission to get married. So please now you give your blessing. I said, no. Who is Narasimha? I don't believe Narasimha. He should go again to Bigu astrologer with my disciple, with my secretary. When my secretary said, then I will believe that Bigu astrologer has given permission. Because when one girl, young girl and young boy fall in love, they may say not true to the parents for getting married. They may tell lie. That's why parents' duty is to go themselves to clarify. Actually, it is correct or not. So second time again Maharaj has sent to me with his secretary Dhameshwar Prabhu. When Dhameshwar Prabhu heard from Bigu astrologer Nathula Sharma, yes, they can get married. After getting married, they will be happy. Then Maharaj, he has given permission to get married. Yes, you can get married, but one condition. What is that condition? You should get married Akshay Tritiya day in Nandagram. So I have seen Maharaj how he is careful to his disciple. How a father is careful to their children. This is Bhakti Vishambhar Maharaj. And he always inspired me to come Ekadashi night with your wife, with your children. We have performed Ekadashi night in Krishna Balaram Mandir. We have performed Ekadashi night in ISKCON Goshala, Maharaj Tulsi Shrin and Vrindavan. Maharaj too much attached with Tulsi Maharani. If we make some mistake, he used to correct. This is like this. At the end of his life, we have seen how Maharaj was determined and he was conscious. Although he could not speak, but his mind was very sharp. In Prabhupada lecture, Prabhupada chanting, he used to chant japa within his mind. And on the top of the rope, we have seen Krishna Balaram picture. Maharaj used to see Krishna Balaram picture and chant japa. And I have seen in Krishna Balaram community devotee how to serve Maharaj, especially Panchagara Prabhu. And Janada Maharaj also used to ask how is Maharaj. At the last moment, Dharmatma Prabhu also, he spoke with management, but this is Maharaj's condition, how we can take proper final rites. And His Holiness Radha Gokulananda Swami, he also spoke, what is Maharaj's disciple opinion, what they want to do. Yes? And Maharaj had desire that his body should be in Jamuna. So ISKCON Vrindavan management, they fulfill Maharaj's desire. And Maharaj is very kind and he is very helpful. He did not complain to anyone. I am this situation, anyone not coming to see me? No. He said, I am happy in this mood. And he was happy. And he always here to listen to Prabhupada lecture. Day before yesterday, I have given lecture here, and some devotees went to see Maharaj, and they used to read Prabhupada letter with Vishnudhan Swami Maharaj, how His Holiness Bhakti Vishambhar Madhav Maharaj, he performed Sankirtan Andalan with Maharaj. After end of the letter reading, they giving Jaydani. Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivrajak Acharya A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. When he heard this utter, he immediately opened his eyes, he raised his hand, he wanted to see something and he wanted to touch it. His face became a smiling face. We hope he was seeing Srila Prabhupada. And next day, before sunset, he was waiting. Bhishmadev was waiting for Uttarayan, yes, in battlefield. Maharaj also was waiting for good time, and Krishna came himself, take him back to Godhead during Uttarayan time. You see how Krishna arranged for his dear devotees suitable time to take them back to Godhead. This is the Praman. If we dedicate our life to Srila Prabhupada movement and ISKCON movement, this is the Praman. Krishna will arrange some suitable time for us to taking us back to Godhead. But our mind should be determined and sincere to Prabhupada movement, to serve Prabhupada movement. His soul in the Bhakti Vishambhar Maharaj is the example. We can learn from Maharaj. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Haribol. फोन जल्दी 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 फोन दो वीडियो निकालो फोन और ये लोग बोलेंगे ना
Я познакомился с ним.
Bhakti, this is Bhaktiananda Krishna Goswami from Russia. Yes, live. Not live. It's record. Yes. He is talking on Russian and I will translate. Sorry, not. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I would like to praise His Holiness Bhakti Vishambhar Madhav Maharaj. I met him in 1998, and since that time our relationship has been developing deeper and deeper. Maharaj inspired me first of all because he was a very enthusiastic devotee of Ekadashi. And we used to hold night vigils on Ekadashi. He always fasted on Ekadashi, and he kept full post, nirjala fasting. And he read a lot of rounds on Ekadashi. It's about 3 lakhs. And every time our group gathered in Vrindavan, when it happened, he always told me how we would spend the night Ekadashi night, and when we would spend it, and how long we will spend it. For example, if I wrote to him that we would spend only one Ekadashi night in Vrindavan, he always would say that why only once? It is necessary 2 times, maybe or more. And when we came in Vrindavan, his idea was to spend Ekadashi on Vrindakunda. How everyone knows, there is no light, no electricity on Vrindakunda. During the day, we placed these lamps with oil around Vrindakunda, and in the evening we light 500 lamps on Vrindakunda, which was simply divine. The whole of Vrindakunda was on fire. We sang kirtans, glorified Ekadashi, and we read the glories of Ekadashi. The devotees gave blessings to other devotees, and Maharaj was always there. Once we performed an Abhisheka to his deities on Ekadashi, and it was a grand Abhisheka. There was a huge amount of Charinamrita. Then we poured this Charinamrita into 1-liter bottles and gave to each devotee by 1 bottle of Charinamrita. He was very fond of Charinamrita. He very liked Charinamrita. He always had Charinamrita from his Kanai Balai and always drank it. And sometimes he offered it to me. Here he says, drink Charinamrita from my Kanai and Balai. He is a great devotee of Vrindadevi. Before it was not possible to spend Ekadashi on Vrindakunda. We spent Ekadashi in Vrindavan in the Tulsi garden. Even when he was very ill, he always participated with us in these Ekadashi programs. Of course, he was very fond of Shastras and quoted them. Shastri and Shlokas and Hari Bhakti Vilasas also he quoted. We invited him to night vigils in Russia, and he always also when he came to Russia, he read shlokas from Hari Bhakti Vilasa on every Ekadashi. He was always full of enthusiasm, and his infectious love is in my heart. And I dream then when I leave my body, I will remember his smile and his love. Hare Krishna, Bhaktivedanta Krishna Goswami Maharaj from Russia. Yes. And also from my side, I want to add that Maharaj gave instructions to my wife is disciple of him, and he gave us instructions to spend to make Ekadashi program in Russia, Sochi, this south part of Russia, and we're trying to make different programs, and this is programs was very great programs, and many devotees gathering on the programs, local devotees, and after each program, many of them told that their spiritual life is very growing after the programs and fasting, and was very nice. Thank you very much. Bhakti Madhav Maharaj ki jai, Shubhar ki jai.
Hare Krishna. If you please forgive me, I'm not a very eloquent speaker, so I wrote some things. My name is Nandini Tulsidas. I'm a disciple of Maharaj. And Maharaj is a very kind and compassionate person and cared very much about the devotees. For instance, he had disciples keep a daily sadhana charts on a spreadsheet. And we would say how much japa we chanted, how much we read, or what time we woke up, what time we went to sleep, or any difficulties we had, we would put on there. And Maharaj would, every week, he would check our charts, and he would give us feedback and encouragement, like work on this, try this, or you did good on this. And despite all his traveling and services, he would take the time to mentor individual disciples, and he was very caring, kind, and also very strict. So, in the late 1970s and early 80s, he was one of the few pujaris in the St. Louis temple, and he would do practically all the cooking, artis, and dressing, etc. And late in the evening, after putting their lordships to rest, some devotees from doing Sankirtan would sometimes come back late, and they were hungry after distributing books all day. So he would cook a meal for them at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Maharaj would cook a full feast for the devotees. In some of his classes, he would mention how to quickly prepare a feast in like half an hour. He would have everything pre-cut and prepared, and he would prepare everything very quickly for the devotees. He deeply valued his relationships and Sangha and cared for the well-being of the devotees. Guru Maharaj also kept a sadhana chart himself that he would update every day, and he would talk about his different travels and classes he gave or services he did and how much japa he chanted. For many years he chanted 65 rounds every day in addition to his travel, giving classes, mentoring disciples and other services. And every Ekadasi and even on appearance days like Gaur Pranim, he would stay up all night doing Nirjal, even if he was alone, chanting japa. And the next day he would continue as normal, like he had a full night's rest. He was very serious not only about teaching, but also showing others by example how to reach perfection, notably through chanting the holy name with attention and affection. And as we heard, as a brahmachari, Srila Prabhupada gave him the name Mahamantra Das, and his whole life he exemplified that name. In the last few Vyas Puja offerings to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj wrote, he prayed to Srila Prabhupada for the strength to chant more rounds and to always remember the holy name, because, to quote Maharaj offering, at the time of death all else will be stripped away from us. even in his terrible physical condition, Maharaj would chant all day. He could barely hold on to his clicker. His fingers were stiff and they could barely move. But he would hold it and he would push the button with the inside part of his thumb. And we put this photo, as Prabhu mentioned, on the ceiling. So when Maharaj would chant, he could look at Krishna Balaram. And sometimes when he'd be laying there, I'd observe he'd be laying there and chanting and staring at Krishna Balaram. When tears would come down, he'd be crying while chanting the holy name. And I heard Guru Maharaj speak many times and his desire to someday chant 3 lakhs every day. And I like to think that maybe in his health, with his bad health, he had the ability to fulfill that goal of chanting 3 lakhs every day. And what determination and taste it must take to chant the holy names despite being in such discomfort and pain for so long. And Guru Maharaj taught by example how to serve the holy name, that one should always chant despite everything, and should strive to chant with affection and attention. And he's an exceptional and profound person, and I look forward to further deepening my relationship with him and serving him in the years to come. And lastly, Maharaj's book, the Tosi Amrita. Since 1972, when he first met devotees in Denver, Colorado, serving Tosi Devi has always been a very important thing to him and a very major part of his life. When Maharaj first met devotees, it was through a BTG. He was distributed a BTG, and on the back of it had a photo of Tosi Devi. And all these years he always remembered that photo of Tosi Devi. And so Maharaj spent a lot of time translating and researching for the Tosi Amrita. And we have some copies available here on the table here, if anyone would like a copy for distribution. And then I also ship them worldwide for those watching online. You can order at tosiseva.com. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Dear Bhakti Vishambhar Madhav Maharaj, my dear Gurudev, he was like bona fide representative of Srila Prabhupada, because he always gave us lessons about Bhakti, because he was very inspiring. And you know how Vraja Bhakti rare in this world, and he was really Vraja Bhakta, like Raganuga Bhakta in Sakhya Bhav, mostly. And it's very rare association in this world, really. And we was very lucky, like have been in his association. And what I would like to share with everyone, because I just in woman body and his level is so high, it's like so far from my abilities, but he always just saw inside of me and other disciples also. And one thing, when we have Grihas Ashram, and when we had difficulties in our ashram, like everyone have had difficulties, and he said me, if you want to be in Vrindavan, if you really want to understand what it means, Bhakti and Vraja Bhakti, you should go through these difficulties, because our dharma is like our platform for next level. And first we should realize what it means, how we can love who is near to us, whom Krishna gave us. And if you want to love, something understand how we can love spiritual master and Krishna, you should do your dharma first. And after, we should chant our holy name, our spiritual duties also. And one thing what I can saw many times in our service, how he, it was like samadhi. He always was in his bhajan. He never did anything anymore, like only his bhajan and preaching. And what I can saw in all life with him, near to him, it's always we like two part of his life, his bhajan and preaching. He just take it from his Guru Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, reading his books, chanting her holy name, and after he share with everyone. And we always felt from him this love, and he have a real taste of spiritual activities. It's like we always see his laugh and smiles, his beautiful smile. And he gave us a beautiful book, Tulasi Amrita, where all Tulasi's Shastras, what he can find, and this we have. And also we should save, if it's possible, his Tulasi temple in garden, if it's possible. And I think we all, his disciples, not so many of us, but if our temple management will give us this opportunity, we should to continue to repair this Tulasi Shri, and care about it, because what Guru Maharaj gave us, it's so rare in this world. It's really so rare. And if we have been in this, and we should save it, and also we should continue his mission, and he's part of mission of Srila Prabhupada. He's some special part he have. And I also would like to thank from behalf from all disciples and Guru Maharaj felt wishes to our temple management for all these years cooperation and care about Guru Maharaj. And thank you so much. And these last days also in this program, thank you so much. And if we can somehow also continue work for his precious things, what he gave to us, it's our duty, and we will be happy. Thank you so much. Bhakti Vishambhar Madhav Maharaj ki jai.
Sit here. Camera.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Speak.
Hare Krishna.
All people tell now about quality Guru Maharaj.
So all devotee already mentioned about quality of Guru Maharaj.
And so many topics and so many story tell. And I won't tell about his mood.
So they already mentioned so many topics, so many pastimes. But now I want to say about his mood.
He told when devotee come to Krishna consciousness, become surprised how here everything.
When devotee come to Krishna consciousness, when they come here, they become surprised.
Yes, only for mercy devotee here stay here.
Only by the mercy of devotee, other devotee can stay at home.
Yes, and maybe he tell 5, 10, 12 years people stay in cooperation with each other devotee. No.
Maybe 5, 10, 12 years devotee may stay at home with the assistant with the devotee.
No, after if he don't know what his last where he need come, like Calcutta and Vrindavan.
Okay. If we actually try to understand actually what is his final destination, like Kolkata and Vrindavan distance.
Yes, if people no understand it and no help, nothing.
If people do not understand this philosophy, actually they don't understand nothing. Like if anyone want to go to Kolkata, he has to purchase Kolkata ticket. By the same ticket, he can go to Mumbai. But one has to understand the philosophy.
Yes, and have two mood, Sadhaka mood and Brijabasi, how he know his form.
One is Sadhaka mood and another is Badham mood.
What? Yes, and now not station for tell I am Gopi like this. Not it not now station, and station it body, it Sadhaka body.
So our body is for sadhana body, for sadhakas. Follow the four-degree principle, what Srila Prabhupada has given us. We have to follow this very strictly. This is for sadhana bhakti, not for raganaga bhakti.
No, not like this. Okay. You need to understand what you want, for whom you follow.
We need to understand what we want, to whom we should follow.
Yes, and if you understand for whom you follow, you need to understand 50% is very heavy job for making, and 50% it mercy for each person.
So, if we want to understand the philosophy, so we have to follow the Vedic scripture very strictly 50%, and other 50% by the mercy of devotees, by the mercy of Guru Maharaj.
No. If you want to understand one person.
If we want to understand one person, 50% scripture, 50% that particular person mercy. Yes?
Okay. He want become, if people maybe fast time think, have lot of time, no have time, just need understand, have little time and need become strong about his sadhana.
So we should not waste our time, we should utilize every time for our sadhana. We don't need to think, okay, now I have 24 hours time, later on I will perform. No, we should utilize every moment very strictly, very strongly.
Yes, only for it can come finish nicely. No, if train going and come to station.
Okay, if we follow very strictly this principle, then we can reach in our destination, final station.
Yes, it's his mood like this.
And this is his mode. Hare Krishna.
So at 2 o'clock, there's a nice feast. The disciples of Maharaj are sponsoring at the Krishna Hall. Like to thank everyone who... We have to offer our respectful obeisances to His Holiness Bhakti Vishambhar Madhav Maharaj ki jai, Srimati Tulsi Devi Maharani ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.